Childhood YouTubers. I feel like we've all had that one YouTuber we watched growing up as kids, and then you look at them now. Some of them have, just chilled and, relaxed and had families and stuff. Others decided to, go further beyond than just, a YouTuber and decide to become a businessman, which is fine. We always want to, expand what, most people are saying about influencers and stuff like that. But, sometimes when you're a bad businessman and you can't take, criticism well from critics, criticizing your product here, I felt like I just did a rhyme scheme saying like 3 different ways of criticism. The reason I say childhood YouTubers at the start of this video is because a person that we are talking about today, their fall off, I think, needs to be studied here, hence why the title and thumbnail of this video, and also the fact that I just finished studying for my accounting quiz next week. So either way, I feel like this is very fitting considered I just sat through like 2 hours of like accounting homework just now. We are talking about the whole KSI Dantdm thing, which I kind of mentioned in my previous video talking about the whole Lunchley thing, but I feel like I should go more in depth here because he's been repeating, Dantdm's tweet for over a week now, and I feel like he hasn't, like let it go or something. Like he's really petty about this one tweet from somebody who's literally just raising his kids and just said one thing, bro. The first thing that I want to show you is a tweet. Now, KSI is quote tweeting a drama alert tweet talking about another YouTuber called Marcus Brownlee who got canceled. Not really canceled. I feel like nowadays we just throw the word cancel just for the sake of it, just for the clicks. But essentially, he made an app where, you can get free wallpapers and stuff like that. But if you want the most elegant, exquisite wallpapers on the market for $50 a year, you can get those elegant and exquisite wallpapers for your iPhone. Now, yes, $50 a year for wallpapers is crazy because you can easily Google free wallpapers and they're probably 100 times better than what, he's trying to promote here. But, he's probably, given an opportunity to like a small part of his community where like they'll actually pay $50 a year for it. Like it's optional here. I haven't seen him like, shove this down, people's throats and stuff like, oh, you gotta buy the $50 a year, panel plus or whatever it's called. Or if you don't, you're fucking not a real fan or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? It's more so like, yes, it's kind of crazy, $50 a year for, wallpapers and stuff like that, but you got the option to buy it, you know what I'm saying? That's my take on it because I haven't really done a deep dive about that. Like, I don't know if he's forcing it on people or not, or, it's just simply he made an outrageous price and people are like, talking about it. The first part of this tweet is essentially quoting, what Dantdm told them essentially a week ago now. And at the bottom of this tweet, it says, some dumbass YouTuber said this exact same thing to me the other day. Rather than complaining, crying, and trying to cancel a YouTuber for creating a product, here's an idea. If you don't want/like a product, just don't buy it. Simple. To then get community noted here, it says, this post seems to be implying that Dantdm was attempting to cancel KSI. He never suggests doing so in his original tweet and has not made any statement since. First of all, he's not some dumbass YouTuber. It's one of the, legends in the YouTube atmosphere, okay? Like, some respect needs to be put on here, bro. Like, you can't just say some random dumbass YouTuber here, bro. That was, like, disrespectful, bro. Like, everybody was against you because you made a shitty product, okay? It's barely as healthy as Lunchables, and then you're still mad about this one singular tweet a week later, bro. Just let it go. There was a professional doctor on YouTube that reviewed your product, by the way, and it's not, we're not getting this information from like Logan Paul or some shit. This was a legitimate doctor with a full-on degree and everything, okay? I trust the doctor, what he says on your product, than what your other business partners say about your product. The main reason I'm even making this video in the first place, besides the fact that everybody else is talking about it, I've actually have seen a video from Arto that's popped up on my recommended page that was KSI just destroyed his career, and then I just checked his channel that he made another video titled KSI just respond in the worst way possible, and I want to show you 2 different clips from these 2 different videos and kind of just prove my point here that this fall off will need to be studied, okay, when it does happen eventually, because I don't even remember the last time KSI was even in drama, but now that he's literally being so petty about one singular tweet, which by the way, I think I've said it already, Dantdm hasn't even responded after that one singular tweet. So the fact that this man is essentially still so mad about a singular tweet when bro is damn near pushing 30 is the most embarrassing shit I've ever seen.
Pioneer of the Sidemen NFTs, huh? It's pretty obvious why you wouldn't want that to be on the internet. Now it all makes sense. Vicstar accidentally exposed you for being a piece of shit scammer just like Logan Paul. At least Trying to be one, of course. And you knew you needed to get that clip off the goddamn internet. Because guys, this clip is not in the video anymore. It not only got cut out on YouTube, but also massively deleted on his subreddit as well. There is no way you guys cut out the clip of Vic speaking on the crypto. Please clear this up. There was a clip in here that I think got removed talking about how KSI was going to get the Sidemen to the NFTs, but Vic stepped in. Strange it isn't here anymore. KSI getting these guys to delete the NFT part is low-key an admission of guilt. It most certainly is. Why else would you delete it? If it wasn't the truth, you would simply respond.
The numbers are finally making sense, Mason. I've connected all the dots. I got all 3 of the journals. I finally understand why KSI and Logan Paul are such good business partners. They're both really good at scamming the audience. They're both really good at scamming you, the viewer. They have perfected the craft of it. Because KSI has actually scammed his audience before. There's a video that CoffeeZilla made about, KSI scamming his audience, doing a crypto dump and pump scheme.
In fact, CoffeeZilla had actually exposed him for doing some NFT pump and dump schemes, using his popularity to get some fans to dump money into a certain coin. Then once the value of the coin rises up, he immediately sells the coin, making a quick profit while his fans lose out.
Starting on March 27th, when he sent that tweet, KSI started selling XCAD. The same day he tweeted he was part of the HODL gang, slang for someone who wouldn't sell this crypto coin, right? Me looking at ZIL and XCAD right now. And it might look like that means he's excited about this, but really he was looking at the sell button because he continued to sell XCAD to his fans who thought he was part of the HODL gang once again. And this is what I mean by a pump and dump scam. He got his followers excited while selling his own crypto back at the same time. In total, over $800,000 was sold by KSI over a few days and these 2 tweets. 2 NFT coins I'm very bullish on, Super and Earn. Any other NFTs I should look at? Now, normally when you're bullish on a coin, you buy that coin. But that's not what KSI did. See, right after he tweeted that, 6 hours later, he sold $174,000 worth of Earn token. And then 4 hours later, sells another $174,000.
The dots are finally aligning. It all makes sense. It's like when you finally get that perfect run in your favorite video game, it all just finally, clicks.
You own Lunchley, so it's not the same.
Okay, cool. Where was the same energy when Ryan Trahan released Sweet? Where was the same energy when FaZe Rogue released Sweet?
This guy still doesn't get it. He's actually that dumb. We're not only talking about a lunchbox, something that, you're supposed to eat for lunch and is not consumed like a one-off snack in the day, but also the difference between you and them is, again, at least they don't pretend that their product is healthy. You 3 clowns, on the other hand, promote your product like it's some kind of saving grace for lunchboxes, when in reality it seems to be an even shittier product.
It's literally what he's saying in the video. You guys are promoting this Lunchly product like a healthier alternative to Lunchables, which by the numbers, it's barely, but I mean barely, like the slimmest healthier than Lunchables, still processed shit. The reason that these other influencers, aren't getting backlash for making their products is because they're not going on Twitter or making YouTube videos saying that, their sweets and their candy is so much healthier than like Skittles or like Jolly Ranchers and shit like that. They know that it's, sweet and, you shouldn't probably, be eating all of that. But like I said, they're not going on social media and trying to debate you on why their sweet is, more healthy than like Jolly Ranchers and Skittles. People all over social media have been shitting on your product, okay? And if you guys can't take the criticism from the critics, then why even bother making this? Just so you can get a quick buck from your audience? That's probably why. If you weren't, into YouTube like a lot of people were back in the day, or you just simply, too young to remember here, back in the day, we had an era of YouTuber diss tracks where YouTubers would start beefing, and instead of, YouTube boxing and stuff like that, which was also pretty popular, people were making diss tracks. And honestly, it was probably a really fun time to be a viewer because your favorite YouTuber was probably making diss tracks on another popular YouTuber and essentially growing both channels. So I got curious. I decided to look back through the Sidemen era of YouTube diss tracks, and I went and see W2S, aka Rotashar's, popular KSI diss track, and a re-upload of Deji's diss track on KSI, and decided to look at the comments, newest, fresh comments, and I would like to, take a read of some of them. It's different nowadays. Logan Paul really changed KSI for the worse. Honestly, listen to, Deji's diss track on his own brother. Like, I forgot the entire context of their beef, but bro, the instrumentals on that song go so hard for no reason. Like, bro, looking at the comments of Harry's diss track on KSI, somebody said he should run this back and do a new one. Old KSI will never be topped. Time to revisit after recent events. It's 2024, yet this is still the best diss track that was ever made. Not a ton of comments from, these older diss tracks from way back in the day. You had to be a real OG if you saw these videos back then. But I think it's still kind of funny how people instantly think of these diss tracks after, KSI gets into some, drama here. And honestly, I feel like this fall off is, inevitable. It probably will happen because he's still, essentially pretty petty about this tweet. Or not. Who knows? Time will really realistically only tell, but knowing how popular, KSI is and, Logan Paul and Mrbeast here, their fall off will probably never happen. There's always be that small group that will always support them no matter what. So honestly, as much as I would like to, have an educated wish here, if you know, the fall off could really happen. It could not. Who really knows? All I know is that KSI is really still mad about a singular tweet, bro. Like, get this brother off Twitter. In conclusion, childhood YouTubers either become businessmen or they have a family and kind of just grow up. I feel like that's more beautiful, seeing a childhood YouTuber just essentially, have family and kids and just essentially vibe and chill now, than, be a businessman and trying to make so much money to where the point you could have, generational wealth, which I think is fine too, but trying to really double down and be petty over a single tweet that's been essentially a week now is kind of insane. And yeah, I think I'll end the video there. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing and, liking the video if you did enjoy. If you want to see all my other social medias, links down below, and I'll see you guys in the very next video. Hopefully that isn't, in a week. Peace.